Yo, what is up, DOU community? We are now watching Doubles World Cup of Pokemon 6 semifinals for XY. This is for US South versus I believe it's Midwest. Z is representing South and Ned is representing Midwest. Z needs no introduction whatsoever. Generally a great player all around, not just in XY, but pretty much in most of the tiers in doubles overused. Meanwhile, Ned is a more recent introduction to the, or rather, a more recent person into the XY scene who performed really well, had really good teams, had a good performance in DPL, and I'm excited to see what we are going to see from them here right now in this really bizarre Charizard Y HEATRAN mirror. Why is this the mirror that we are playing right now? Like, why, of all mirrors that we're going to have, why is it the Zard HEATRAN mirror? Well, whatever the case is, we're going to watch it unfold right now as we speak. A Genie lead from Z and Landorus T, and HEATRAN lead from Ned, which Intimidate went first. The Landorus T on Z went first, so it's not really indicative of whether one is Scarf or not, unless of course you know that your own Lando is Scarf. So if Ned's Lando is Scarf and they see that Z's Lando T Intimidate went first, they probably then know that the Lando T on Z side is Scarf as well. So that kind of logic may apply, but just looking at this right now, they could be Scarf, they could not be Scarf. Either way, the HEATRAN on Ned's side, well, the thing with Zard comps in general in current XY is that we've only really seen these kinds of HEATRANs as Scarf sets, right? Because Scarf sets with Charizard or Ninetales are the sets that we have seen use from. The Landorus T on Z going first, tried to edge the Landorus T on Ned's side, but to no avail, and U-turn from Ned onto Z's Landorus T. No rocket helmet, or rather no Rocky helmet was applied, so probably Ned is going to assume that this Landorus T is indeed Scarf. Another interesting thing to note here. Another interesting thing to note here is that Ned's Landorus T went before Z's Thundurus. So we can actually just straight up make the assumption that both Landorus T's are Scarf. Well, because the likelihood that a Landorus T is faster than a Thundurus, even the bulkier Thundurus eyes, is really, really low actually. It's not something that happens commonly because most Landorus T really want the bulk if they really are the bulky set. The only fast Landorus T sets that exist are Choice Band, which neither of these two are. So yeah. Volt switch onto the Thundurus Eye from the Rotom Wash. Ned gets that valuable chip going. Meanwhile, Z ends up trying to flash cannon the DNC slot, but to no avail. Ned correctly scouts for that by going hard Cresselia on that slot, and Z basically showing their hand already. And Z also knows that this Thundurus Eye is under threat of a Scarf Stone Edge, though that Scarf Stone Edge is also under threat of getting traded by the Gastrodon Ice Beam. Potential, you know. Landorus T coming in on Thundurus slot is also hard to make because the Thundurus slot is also under threat of Ice Beam from the Cresselia. The Gastrodon, however, not really under threat of anything. What is Alaska going to do? Like, Alaska for Ned's team is actually quite hard to deal with, interestingly. A U-turn from the Landorus T, just doing stuff, I guess. And interesting conk switch onto the Cresselia, though Cresselia not a Pokemon known for dealing damage anyway, so Z probably is fine just trying to take that duel with the conk versus the Crest, and maybe trying to get a knockoff. Ned probably going to Zard here. Zard is incredibly free right now. Rocks are not up yet if Z even has rocks at all, considering it's probably, again, it's probably Choice Scarf Landers T. It's oh hell nah. Oh no, 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 no. Choice, Calm Mind revealed by the Cresselia. What year is it? Is it 2015? CM Cresselia, a Pokemon that's it was popular during CG when it was current gen for XY, because back in the days, CM Cresselia was Thanos as fuck. And now Cresselia with a -2 speed and probably negative speed investment, it's probably going to outslow this Conkeldurr in Trick Room. Wait, what just occurred? Oh, right, okay. The Gastrodon, however, is still slower than the Crest, interestingly, despite the Crest being -2 speed. So it actually might not be min speed on the Crest. And Z seeing that probably means that Z is also going to be confident just going for Drain or Knock onto the Rotom Wash, because the likelihood that this Crest is slower than the Conk is really okay. It is. Crest is actually slower than the Conk, but nothing happened. And Z switching out the Gastrodon there just to avoid that Wisp. That Wisp is an expected thing. Rotom Wash not revealing lefties. It's probably some other item, and that other item being highly likely Citrus Berry. Because if it's not lefties, which most of my teams have been running, I've been the only person running Rotom Wash at least in the modern day of XY, and they've almost always been lefties Pain Split. However, Rotom on Ned's side not having lefties, so that's an interesting thing. And now Z going for the Mock, because we've seen the Crest be actually slower, you know? And this is an expected Zard play right now, because Z knows that Ned's Landers T is Scarf, Trick Room is up, so Z's team should... And okay, this is the sequence that occurs. I would... Oh yeah, and Psyshock to pin the Thundurus is also something that's sort of expected. If I were Z... The Heatran on Ned's side is probably Scarf as well, because every time every time Heatran has been used in this year of XY, it's been Scarf. I would overheat and Heat Wave it, and that probably lives. Yeah, it eats. It's not Scarf on Ned's side, by the way. I would like to point that out. Could this Heatran on Ned's side be Solar Beam? Okay, that's whack. That's not that sucks. That dodge sucks. Like, Ned had a shot, or rather Z had a shot, if the Crest did not dodge, because of how hard Gastrodon is to actually kill. Considering what we know of Z's team, it's Flash Cannon on Thundurus, right? So it's probably max speed. Max speed being something that can pin down the Zard on Ned's team, and yeah, as expected, or rather, well, as we can see, Z says the GG's unlocks the lost end with an FF, because it's practically impossible to break this Cresselia at this point. The only way for Z to win is if Ned dodges every attack, right? Or rather, if Ned misses every attack, and the Crest keeps getting full paras. Basically, if Ned forgets, or if Ned is just not able to play because of RNG, that's the only way for Z to win at that point. However, well, it's not like Z. That's a really unlikely scenario, and Z just FFs, and well played to Ned for the, well played to Ned for taking this game home, and well played to both players. Interesting Zardtran pick from both players, and which is interesting to see, because why would we be seeing Zardtran mirrors in 2025? However, that's what happened, and it is what it is. Thank you so much for watching. Deuces.